All right, let's talk about a phrase that gets thrown around all the time: financial freedom. It seems like it's the goal for pretty much everyone, right? But what if I told you that the version most people are chasing is actually a trap? Let's get into what real financial freedom looks like, and more importantly, how you actually build it.
And that's really the heart of it. This isn't just some small detail we get wrong. It's a fundamental misunderstanding that can literally send you down the completely wrong path, one that ends up creating more stress, not less. So, what is this big myth that so many of us fall for?
Well, it all starts with a popular image of what a free life is supposed to look like. You know the one. We've all seen it in movies, all over social media. It's this really beautiful, intoxicating picture. But it's also a dead end.
I mean, this is it, right? This is the dream we're sold. A life of just unlimited spending. Or you can get whatever you want, whenever you want, without even a glance at the price tag. It basically says freedom is about being able to buy stuff. But that's where we get it so wrong.
And this is the pivot. This is the big idea we have to get our heads around. Focusing on spending isn't freedom at all. It's just consumption with a bigger price tag. You're still on a hamster wheel. It's just a fancier, more expensive one. See, true freedom isn't about what you can buy. It's about what you can withstand.
Okay, so if it's not a finish line or you get to buy everything in sight, then what is it? The key is to stop thinking about financial freedom as a place you arrive at, like a tropical island, and start thinking of it as a structure you have to build piece by piece over time. Think about it like building a house. A really strong house isn't about the fancy decorations or the cool gadgets inside. It's about a solid as a rock foundation, sturdy walls, and a roof that can handle any storm that comes its way. Real financial freedom, that's the house. It's the security and the stability that a well-built structure gives you, no matter what the weather's like outside. So, how do we actually build this structure? Well, it's not really about spreadsheets and secret stock picks. It's actually built in 4 different layers. And get this, each layer is a test of your character, not just your financial smarts. These are the 4 building blocks. Discipline, that's your foundation. Patience, those are the walls you slowly build up. Humility is kind of like the framework that holds everything together. And then risk control, well, that's the roof that protects everything you've worked so hard for. Let's break each one down.
First up, the most important layer, discipline. This is the unglamorous, boring stuff you have to do day in and day out. It's setting up automatic savings, actually sticking to your budget, and investing consistently, whether the market is having a great day or a terrible one. Seriously, without this foundation, nothing else you build will stand a chance. Okay, so once that foundation of discipline is in place, we build the walls. And that requires patience. In our world of instant everything, this might be the hardest trait to develop. You see, real wealth isn't built overnight. It's the slow, steady result of your disciplined actions compounding over years, sometimes decades. Chasing those quick wins, it's like trying to build a skyscraper in a weekend. It's just gonna fall apart.
Now, this one is a bit more subtle, but oh my gosh, is it critical. Humility. This is basically your defense against your own ego. It's just admitting that you don't know everything and that the future is totally unpredictable. Having a little humility keeps you from making those huge, overconfident bets that can wipe out everything you've patiently built up.
And finally, we put the roof on our structure, risk control. This is all about protecting what you've got. It's the boring stuff like having the right insurance, diversifying your investments so you're not all in on one thing, and having an emergency fund. It's the defensive work that makes sure that no single disaster, a job loss, a market crash, can come along and tear down your entire house. So you might be thinking, okay, this blueprint seems pretty clear. So why do so many people fail to build their structure? It's usually not because they aren't smart enough. It's because they fall into this one very specific, very common trap along the way. And this right here is so important. People don't really fail. They just stop building. They give up on the slow, methodical work of laying one brick at a time. But why? Why would they stop? Usually, it's because they get a false signal that they've already made it to the finish line. And these are the illusions of wealth. A sudden big raise or a stock market that just keeps going up can make you feel like you've already won the game. And what happens then? You stop being so disciplined. You lose your patience. You forget to be humble, and you start taking bigger and bigger risks. You mistake a temporary high for a permanent reality, and you stop building the very structure that would have given you real security. Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway here. If you really want to know what separates the truly financially secure from everyone else, it all boils down to one simple, powerful idea.
So check this out. There are really two paths you can take. On the left, you've got the common approach, focusing only on income. The big question is always, how much more can I make? And success is measured by external stuff, like a raise or a new car. This almost always leads to what's called lifestyle inflation. Your spending just keeps rising to meet your income, and you never actually build anything lasting. But on the right, that's the mindset that builds the structure. The focus is on your behavior. The question becomes, how do I act with what I have? Success is internal. It's your discipline, your patience. And that focus is what leads to real structural strength.
And this sentence just nails it. This is the absolute core of the whole thing. Your income is just a tool. The real test, the thing that really decides whether you build a strong structure or just a big pile of stuff, is how you change your behavior when your income starts to go up. Do you upgrade your lifestyle or do you upgrade your structure?
So I'll just leave you with that to think about. When you start making more money, and hopefully you will, how will you behave? Because your answer to that question doesn't just predict your net worth, it predicts your freedom.